So hi everybody. Sorry, I'm just getting it started here now, the webinar. Um, Hi everybody, and you're all very welcome to our product update webinar today, where we'll be focusing on our continuous improvements that we have been working on and briefly touching on Lean Library Workspace and how to get set up on that, just as a reminder, and then the upcoming launch of the one-click to PDF functionality. And as well as that, I'll be giving some pointers on the resources that's available to use within your institution to boost awareness of Lean Library. I'll give it another few minutes, just let people join. Oh, sorry, the slides are a bit slow running today. But yeah, I'll just give a quick introduction in the meantime. So as many of you probably are aware, I am Nicole Cunningham and I am the Product Marketing Manager for Lean Library at Technology from Sage, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. And I'm also joined by my colleague Sofian, who is a Senior Product Owner for Lean Library here at Technology from Sage, and he will be taking over the reins now from Becca on presenting on these product update webinars. So a big hello to Sophie and welcome to the product update webinars. While we were waiting for everyone to join, I'll just run through a quick bit of housekeeping. So as usual, please check your audio and visual settings, and if somebody could just let me know via the chat box or the Q&A box that you can hear me and see the slides, just so I'm not talking to myself, that would be fantastic. And if you can't hear or see the slides, we recommend leaving the webinar and rejoining on Zoom. And as you join, you'll be prompted to check your audio and visual settings, and then that should do the trick. As always, please do connect with each other in the chat, as we love hearing from you all. And as for questions, thanks very much, Ali. As for questions, we will either answer your questions either in the chat or live or at the end of the session, or if not, we'll respond to them at a later date. And lastly, as usual, the webinar is being recorded today and it will be shared with you all via email in a day or two after this webinar. So I think that is all for me. So I'll hand it over now to Soph. And that's
All
just a
right.
quick agenda if you want to go through that.
Super. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. Hello, everybody. As Nicole mentioned, my name's Sufyan. I am the Senior Product Owner here at Lean Library for Technology from Sage. And as it being my first product update webinar, I'm really excited to be here today and share with you guys some of the exciting developments that we have been working on as part of our continuous improvements. To start off, I'd like to share some improvements that we've been making for ebook alternatives. So we've rolled out some key improvements on how we detect ebook alternatives in the Lean Library extension, addressing feedback that has impacted a number of user experiences. Now, what's new is that these improvements apply to the way the extension surfaces ebook alternatives, with both DOIs and ISBNs. So not only that, but we've also improved ebook chapter detection in cases where DOIs are found. Now, what the actual improvement is that the extension can now successfully run ISBN checks for ebook holdings, even if the DOI response is negative. And this means that when a user is viewing an ebook and the extension has run a DOI check, but it has failed looking through the lookups, and there's also an ISBN available on the page, it will also use that ISBN to run a check when previously it didn't. We've also gone a step further on improving how ebook chapter detection works as well. So when a user is in an actual ebook chapter, there's usually a DOI, and the extension can now correctly associate that DOI with the chapter of the parent book using that ISBN and display the ebook alternative. And one of the reasons why we did this is that these updates are, one, a direct response from customer feedback on two key issues. So like I briefly mentioned that when a page includes both a DOI and an ISBN, the extension would previously stop searching if the DOI didn't yield a result. And we found that this was missing opportunities where the ISBN was actually in the holdings. And for the ebook chapters, when only DOIs were previously undetectable, even if the ebook was available. That led to gaps in the ebook alternative visibility, and it led to an inconsistent user experience. And both these cases highlighted that we needed to implement a more intelligent metadata-driven surfacing feature for our ebook content. And that would help us fully unlock the value of the diverse range of institution material in your holdings. Now, it can come across as a very subtle change, but these improvements are already fully live. No changes need to be done by any librarians, and the patrons will start seeing these improvements straight away, which is awesome. And it's a nice little improvement that we've made based on your customer feedback. Next up, we have the pop-up editor. Actually, I may have skipped a slide, actually. Oh, no, I haven't. Next up, we have additional library search summon. I may have got my script the wrong way around. So additional library search, just as a little recap, is a simple and convenient tool. Bringing your library discovery layers to your patrons' workflow while they are researching on Google and Google Scholar. So the additional library search feature on Google and Scholar just got more better with the addition of adding summon to the list of discovery layers that we now support. So now when users search on Google or Google Scholar, Lean Library can actually automatically check summon to help surface more library held content, making these searches more on these discovery providers much more smoother, faster, and more connected. This development work has been completed. It's been tested and approved, and we're in the final stages of actually getting this ready. And what's nice is you're able to flick through the different discovery providers while you're making a search query on Google Scholar or even Google. And if you feel like you don't want to select a single search result, towards the bottom of this page, there's also a view more results button that will take the search query that you've input on Google or Google Scholar, conduct that search on the discovery layer, whether that's Summon, JSTOR, or Trip Database, and you will yield the search results on that page automatically as well, making things just a bit more faster. So that will be coming soon to you guys as well. Keep an eye on the newsletters, and we'll let you know once that is ready to be implemented. Next up, we should have the pop-up editor. This one I've been quite excited about. So many of you may be familiar with the default editor that we actually have in the librarian dashboard, where you'd be able to type out your messages and information for your users that would then be presented in the extension. So that may be in the form of pop-ups. You might be able to make your custom LibGuides or onboarding, and you'd use the pop-up editor to make these. So the improvements that we've made to the pop-up editor is adding a few extra options. We're enhancing the librarian's experiences by making these, but when it comes to managing your browser messages, we're trying to make it that one little extra step better. These updates make it quicker and easier, giving the librarians more control and confidence when communicating with your users. And by streamlining these extra editor functionalities, we're helping ensure that the messages are more clear, better targeted, and much more easier to maintain. And we're ultimately supporting more effective engagement with the library users at the point of need. You'll see a couple of screenshots and some examples of what you can expect to see in the dashboard. A few of which you'll see are the alignment options. You've got new options now for bullet lists and numbered lists, and also pre-formatted text. And what's also awesome is that these improvements are also already live, and you can start using these additions right away. Next up, we have Lean Library Workspace. So Lean Library Workspace has been an absolute game changer for allowing patrons to be able to save multiple references anywhere on their browser and managing their references in their own tailored projects, collaborating with their peers, and also making highlights and notes on specific articles and having discussions all from Lean Library Workspace. Now, the key improvement that I'm excited to share with you guys today is just thinking about the number of clicks. Firstly, just thinking about the number of clicks that users have to deal with when it might be accessing their articles or specifically to reference managers saving their references. The key factor being the number of clicks. Now, We've been reviewing the way our users have been saving references using Lean Library Workspace via the extension. And we found that when it comes to saving a reference to a desired project, you would have to keep selecting the desired project every single time you wanted to save something. And that can sometimes cause frustration. So the improvement that we made is now when you've selected a project after making your first save, the extension will remember this. Whether it's a specific article, if you've navigated to a different discovery page, Lean Library Workspace will always remember your last saved project. So saving you from having to select it manually again and again and when you're really in depth doing some in-depth research and saving references, the last thing you want to be doing is having to do extra clicks just to save your references to a single project. But the cool thing is that even if you switch to a different project, it will remember that as well. So when you're continuing down your research and saving references, you can then when it comes to saving your references, it will show you your most recently selected project. Because we're continuously looking to find ways to improve and enhance the patrons' experiences and making it quicker to save things and making things much more convenient. Let's go to our next slide. There. Apologies. Now we're just seeing a little bit of a screen recording just to showcase exactly what's happening. So you can see that currently it says unsorted, meaning that I haven't yet selected my project. Here you can see I have selected a project for my reference, doing a little bit of a refresh, perhaps even conducting another search over here. And then when we go back to wanting to save another reference here, which is pretty cool, you can notice at the bottom where it already shows my pre-selected project, which is awesome. Just making that much easier. It's just that, when you're crazy, like I found that it reminds me back of when I was back at university and I was going through different articles, researching for my dissertation, and I wanted to save something, whether it was for the bibliography itself or just in general, to just collect all these important articles that I could refer to later. Steps like this makes things much more quicker. Let's go to our next slide. But just before I carry on, I also wanted to mention that if you are interested in getting Lean Library Workspace set up for your institution, the toggle is already available in the dashboard, but to complete the setup, please do reach out to our customer support team and they will get you set up as soon as possible for all your patrons and yourselves to benefit from the functionality of Lean Library Workspace. Um, and just to recap, so these are some of the key improvements that we've been working on that are going to be ready relatively soon, if not already. But just to recap, we've got our ebook alternatives improvements. We have the additional library search summon being added as one of our discovery layers. We've got the pop-up editor improvements, and of course, the tweaks that we've also been making to Lean Library Workspace. The continuous improvements part of our development is driven by customer feedback, reviewing the work that we've already pushed out, and always finding new ways to make it better. So your feedback is always valued. So if you always have any kind of feedback, you can reach out to us on AHA. If you don't have access to our AHA portal where you can submit feedback, we will send that link to you guys as well. So you can stay in contact with us and keep track of the things that we're pushing out. But it doesn't stop there. We haven't stopped there. I'm also excited to share with you guys with what's coming next. And what's coming next is one-click to PDF. I'll just share, and you may be curious about what these slides might be on PubMed with these inline buttons. But let me start by asking, um, how many of us have been in a situation where we're doing research? We could be on Primo or we could be on Summon, and we're going through the publisher's site. And once we found what we're looking for, um, we lose track when we're actually trying to access the PDF. Who knows what happens? Maybe you're directed somewhere else and you could lose track of where you actually are. But that moment itself captures a core challenge. Libraries invest heavily in discovery, yet the final step of getting the actual content can sometimes still trip users up. And in today's research landscape, 80% of faculty and 75% of students, we know they begin their work outside the library, and they've become almost accustomed to like a Google Scholar style one-click access everywhere kind of behavior. But while the discovery layers that libraries provide show actually what's out there, sometimes they can lead to challenges where it doesn't always deliver it. And every extra click that a patron has to do can lead to lost engagement, wasted investment, and even frustrated patrons. I mean, that's why we built Lean Library. We built it as an ecosystem. We have our browser extension that meets the users in the open web. We've got Lean Library Workspace where that can become like a central hub. We've got smart citations which are live in their writing tools, like on Google Docs. But the focus of one-click PDF is specifically for the discovery layer integrations, and that's where one-click PDF comes in. So one-click PDF is an extension-free widget that injects a simple get PDF button into the discovery layers like Primo or Summon within their search results, and it's powered by Get FTR. Now, it requires a light JavaScript snippet, which we will provide, and you won't need any heavy lifting from IT. You won't need any crazy system overhauls, and it'll work seamlessly with your existing authentications as well. Um, this if I press the next button, it should trigger the screen recording just to showcase a little bit of how this will work. So you can see that I'm on Primo over here. There's a little bit of an inline button that says Get PDF. And that just clicking that button will take me instantly to where that PDF is. And I've got instant access to it, which is awesome. Saves me having to go down a maze trying to find it. But there will also be occasions where a get PDF may not be directly accessible. So instead of it saying get PDF, it will actually say get article, and it will take you to the location or the landing page of where that PDF is available, so that you're that one step closer to getting to that PDF immediately, just making that whole process much more quicker. So what happens next? So your users with one-click PDF will be able to get access to PDFs without having to leave the discovery interface. This will result in a much more higher engagement with your resources, lower cost per download, and a dramatically improved user satisfaction. No more having to hunt for PDFs, no more having to go through multiple windows and tabs and links just to find a PDF content. But this is just the beginning. With these inline buttons, it lays the groundwork for deeper integration. We're already in the beta phase of testing with select partners, and we're looking into how we can integrate this more with our browser extensions, with our reference managers like Lean Library Workspace, and even reading lists. And our vision, it's simple. It's to position libraries as the central nervous system of academic research, delivering content exactly when and where research is needed. But yeah, that's everything from me. I hope that was a little bit of a beefy update. If you have any questions, please do throw it in the chat. I'll hand it back over to Nicole. But thank you, everyone.
Perfect. Just before we actually move on, I did see Ali put into the chat. It was more of a question for other library staff on the call, but if anyone has made Workspace live for their users yet, and if so, what authentication option did you choose for setup? So yeah, if people want to get back in the chat about that. And Ali also said Workspace does look great and intuitive, especially for undergrads, just starting with reference management, and that was kind of the whole aim with Lean Library Workspace. So we're really looking forward to see how that works out. And then also there's another comment. We're very interested in Workspace at the University of Leeds and working with our TFS support to implement. We're trying to use Open Athens SSO, but haven't launched yet. In our Lean Library promotion, we've had students inquire about the possibility to export managed citations, so there seems to be an appetite for this functionality, hoping there'll be a high uptick, and hopefully there will be. And then just one more question from Ali was, will one-click to PDF be available for all publisher content or just certain publishers?
That's actually a good question. So currently we are working, we've got it out with our beta testings for Primo and Summon, but we are working to expand it across multiple publishers. So stay tuned. As I mentioned just a moment ago, we are currently still in the beta testing, but we're looking forward to spreading this as far as we can. But we'll keep you posted.
Perfect. Yeah, keep the questions coming if you have any more. I'll just move on quickly. Just to point you in the direction of the promotional resources that we have available to all of you to use for your institutions, so you can boost awareness of Lean Library amongst your students and researchers. So I'm sure most of you are aware, but on our website we actually have two tabs now. We've one for Lean Library resources and one for Lean Library Workspace resources specifically. So they're here for you to use whenever you need. And these include like point of need messaging that you can customize. There's loads of social media templates in there with graphics and captions. So it's as easy as it could be, just copy them over. We've also email templates in there. There's also brand new printable flyers, and there's also the tent flyers, so you can print them and put them up around your library. Just easy for students and researchers to see if they're in the library. Yes, I will share the link to the promotional materials after this. Sorry, my screens are all over the place, so I can't go off it right now. But maybe some of you could just put in the link there from the website. And also after the printable flyers, we have a brand new video that we created after the launch of Lean Library Workspace, which can be used for your students and to have it on like a display in the library or whatever you see fit. Yeah, we got that made. So yeah, that's available on our website as well and up on YouTube, specifically for like students and researchers just going through the whole workflow and what Lean Library can help them with. And also when you do implement Lean Library Workspace in your institution, we have a LibGuide created to get your students and researchers kickstarted with that, explaining everything just so that that's there and you aren't getting loads of questions into your library. So we've made that there available for you to use. Yeah, it's available on the website, and the support team will be fit to help you get that set up as well. But yeah, I just wanted to point you in the direction. I know it be in the newsletter, but sometimes it could get missed. And yeah, we've loads of resources available. And if you need anything else from us, just let me know, and I'd be happy to help with the promotion at all your institutions. Because yeah, we want students and researchers using Lean Library and making that as simple as possible for use. But yeah, that is all for today, unless there is any questions. I'm just going to stop the slideshow. Just put in the link to the Lean Library resources and the Workspace resources. And I also just dropped in there too, we recently launched the new white paper, the new Librarian Futures Report, which is all around AI in libraries and student and librarian perspectives on AI. And it's very interesting and fitting with the times that we're in right now. So I definitely recommend giving that a read. I just dropped it in there and you just download it from our website when you get the chance, as it's very insightful for the time that we're currently in. But yeah, I think that is all from us today, unless you have any more questions. Perfect.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Ali, I've also just left a comment regarding your question about one-click PDF as well. I hope that does answer your question in a bit more depth.
Perfect.
But for me, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining, and looking forward to seeing you in more future product updates.
Thanks very much, everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.